Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, Billy Joel is back in the Dome. Citrus TV's Johnny Oliver is live.
And ISIS has claimed responsibility for back-to-back attacks in Tunisia and Yemen.
It's the first day of spring, but snowflakes were falling in Syracuse. What's the weather going to be like this weekend? Find out in my full weather forecast.
All that and more. Citrus TV News starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to your Citrus TV newscast for this Friday, March 20th. I'm Brian Chung.
And I'm Nick Cardona. Billy Joel is at the Carrier Dome tonight, and that is our top story. Well, sing us a song. I'm the Piano Man. Billy Joel performs at the Dome tonight for a record-breaking 7th time. Our very own Johnny Oliver is live at the Carrier Dome. Johnny, what can you tell us about the performance tonight?
Thank you, Nick. I am here live at the Carrier Dome. As you can see behind me, the gates are open right now at 6 o'clock, and the lines have gone inside. I would say that the earliest concert goers got here at about 5:30, about a half an hour early, to see the living legend. Now, this is Billy Joel's 7th show at the Carrier Dome, and to honor him, the Dome is going to be putting up a banner in the rafters with the number 7 on it. The Dome is expecting about 37,000 people tonight, hoping it will sell out just like his last show in 2006 did. Police are asking concert goers to park at the Skytop parking lot and then take a bus to the Dome. The show starts at 8 o'clock.
Now, Johnny, are a lot of students going to this event, or is it mainly just locals in Syracuse?
Now, I would say that I talked to a lot of students today about the show, and everyone I talked to was very excited about going if they had a ticket. I did talk to some who couldn't make it to the concert because of other obligations, and they were very disappointed. Johnny Oliver, Citrus TV.
Marion and Kimmel Hall are testing out a new program to let students know when they have a package delivery. Citrus TV reporter Claire Moran tells us how the system works.
When a package comes in, the main desk assistants used to have to log it on paper. Now all they have to do is scan it in and it will go into the system. Jessica Moore, the Assistant Residence Director for Booth, Kimmel, and Marion Halls, said that the electronic package management system is similar to ones that other schools use.
We decided that given the volume of packages that we receive, some halls receive as many as 18,000 packages in a year, and some receive as low as 8,000, some of the smaller halls. So we were looking at a more efficient way to manage those packages and to log them in and notify students of them. Right now we use a paper system, and so we started looking at what other schools do. A lot of schools do utilize electronic systems, and so we started looking at electronic systems, and then we worked with our Division of Student Affairs Technical Services to develop our own in-house system to manage them.
The system will send residents an email when they receive a package and then reminder emails on the 4th and 7th day. Once a student picks up a package, the MDA swipes the student's ID and logs the pickup. Liz Reynolds is an MDA in Kimmel.
And it's been great. It's saved so much time as opposed to what we had been doing. I like it.
Right now the program is in trial runs, but Moore said that if it is successful, it will be put in place campus-wide as early as next fall.
Yeah, the Office of Residence Life is really hopeful that this will be a successful pilot. So far, so good. We're working some kinks out with the system, but overall, the students really like it, the staff really likes it, and it's going well.
Claire Moran, Citrus TV News.
And in other campus news, Monday begins the annual Philanthropy Week. Events will take place through Thursday with Thank a Donor Day, a celebration of the university's founding, and a lecture by donor Todd Rubin. Philanthropy Week takes place on March 23rd. That's when tuition funds run out and the university begins operating on donor gifts for the remainder of the school year. And in light of the recent controversial SAE video from the University of Oklahoma, SU's Interfraternity Council has released a statement. President James Ogden wrote about his disappointment in the events before saying it by no means reflects what we stand for as members of the Syracuse IFC community or as members of Greek life in general. Ogden ended the email to students by saying the Greek Council will work to grow as a more inclusive environment for all. And TEDx Syracuse is making its return to campus next month. The speeches are an offshoot of the hugely popular TED Talks that feature ideas and innovations from around the world.
Citrus TV reporter Nick Papantonis got a preview of the 9 speakers that will be sharing their stories this year.
For the second year in a row, TEDx will be coming to SU.
The theme is Evolve, and we chose it because all of our speakers at the end of the day, they were all evolving. Either it was their mind, technology, health, body.
This year, over 40 people applied to be featured at the event. 9 were chosen, representing students, faculty, and members of the local community. Their topics will be very different, from wind power to self-identity to selfies, but the impact that their speech will have will all be high.
They all so truly believe that everything that they are talking about can change everyone's lives. Every person that'll be in that auditorium is going to walk away thinking that they can do something different.
Last evening, the speakers got their first chance to test the waters with a training session. They talked about hooking their 3 million person audience and keeping them engaged. Only 1 speaker is returning from last year's event, but the organizers are confident.
It wasn't about quantity, it was about quality. So we wanted to make sure we have 9 amazing speakers this year, all speaking or spreading amazing ideas.
TEDx SU will be taking place inside the Watson Theater on April 17th at 5. Tickets for the event will be going on sale to students first this year. The date for that will be announced soon. For Citrus TV News, I'm Nick Papantonis.
Today begins the 21st annual White Ribbon campaign from the Vera House. The campaign raises awareness of sexual assault and domestic violence by encouraging people to wear white ribbons around their wrist. The Vera House took center stage yesterday when Representative John Katko gave a 2-minute speech about the campaign's importance on the House floor in Washington. Last year, over 25,000 Syracuse residents supported the campaign. And coming up after the break, an investigation begins on Congressman Aaron Schock.
And a deadly attack took place this morning in Yemen.
And more information regarding the UVA student who was beaten by police. Stay with us.
First day of spring, but don't put away your winter coat just yet. We had snow showers earlier today in Syracuse, and the temperature now is around 34 degrees. We could be seeing more snow later on this weekend. Stay tuned. Citrus TV will be right back.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
First day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. The roommate of the University of Virginia student who was beaten by alcoholic beverage control agents over allegedly using a fake ID says Martise Johnson did not even have one. Johnson was trying to enter a local bar when ABC officers confronted him about using a fake ID. Videos of the incident surfaced online of officers using excessive force to arrest Johnson. Many students claim racial discrimination is to blame for the arrest. And New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio is asking landlords to make their vacant units available to homeless families. If a landlord houses a homeless family in their building, the city will provide them with a $1,000 bonus. The goal of the program is to move more families living in shelters into better living conditions. Many of the families that qualify have full-time jobs but are unable to pay the rent costs of an apartment.
The FBI and federal prosecutors are investigating Illinois Congressman Aaron Schock on criminal charges. Schock announced his resignation this week over alleged improper use of donor contributions. The controversy began after a profile on Schock showed his extravagant Downton Abbey-themed office, which sparked questions into how he was spending his funds. 137 people were killed and 345 were injured after a string of suicide bombings went off in the Yemen capital of Sana'a Friday. A Yemeni branch of ISIS is claiming responsibility for the attack. The bombers attacked two separate mosques by pretending to be injured by hiding bombs under fake casts. This comes after an ISIS attack at a museum in Tunisia on Wednesday. According to audio and visual statements, ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack.
Two gunmen who were involved in an attack at the National Bardo Museum in Tunisia were trained in Libya and known to authorities, according to Tunisian security officials. Wednesday's attack left 21 people dead. 17 of them were tourists visiting the capital while on a cruise. ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is backtracking on his promise about the creation of a separate Palestinian state. Netanyahu said Thursday that a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is impossible right now, citing Palestine's refusal to recognize Israel as a Jewish state and its pact with Hamas.
Today is the official start of spring, but it seems like the snow isn't ready to leave yet. Josh, when are we going to see some warmer temperatures?
Well, Brian, we will get a quick break from the cold tomorrow with warmer temperatures expected on Saturday, but the bad news is there's going to be some Arctic air moving in from Canada that's going to make Sunday and Monday even colder than we had today, so not a warm start to spring, to say the least. Taking a look at what it's like outside right now in Syracuse, it's 34 degrees and there's a light breeze, but it's not too cold out. There are some clouds in the sky, but the sun's peeking through. Taking a look now at temperatures across the northeast, much of the East Coast is right similar to what we have here in Syracuse, around low to mid 30s. But out west, Buffalo 44 degrees, Madison at 56. Those are the temperatures we should be seeing tomorrow on Saturday. Taking a look at the live radar, you see moving out of the region is the snow showers that we had earlier today. We could be seeing a few more showers later tonight at the tail end as that system moves out. On Saturday, a cold front is going to be sweeping across the region. That's going to bring with it some snow rain and some more snow and possibly some snow showers tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Tonight's conditions, it's going to be a low of 30 degrees overnight, and that's going to remain steady. We will be getting more clouds as the night goes on, and there's a slight chance late Saturday night, late tonight, early tomorrow morning of a wintry mix that will be closer to dawn. So keep an eye out for that. That could change some road conditions if you're driving early tomorrow morning. Traffic in and around Syracuse right now. As we said earlier, Billy Joel's at the Carrier Dome, and that's going to tie up roads around Syracuse pretty badly for the rest of the night. Also, if you're trying to take Route 81, the traffic through Syracuse is moving very slowly. It gets more normal as you get outside of the city, but keep an eye on that if you have to hit the roads. And taking a look at the 5-day forecast, Saturday there's a 70% chance of precipitation. We could see early in the morning some rain and some snow showers, depending on what the temperature is like, but that will develop into rain showers in the afternoon. High of 47 in the afternoon. It's going to be much warmer than it is today, but Saturday night, it's going to get colder again. A massive Arctic air is moving in from Canada. We got a low of 17 degrees overnight, and those rain showers are going to turn into snow. On Sunday, we're looking at a high of 27 degrees, 50% chance of snow showers, and it's going to be breezy, so look for that. Winds could hit 20 miles per hour. Later in the week, temperatures will get milder Tuesday and midweek, giving us some closer to normal temperatures for this time of the year.
Thank you so much, Josh. Now, as I know that you said this weekend we can expect some snow showers. The accumulation is not going to be too substantial, though? Or?
No, we're not looking at too much accumulation, just maybe an inch and a half, around that.
All right, well, that's good news. Josh, thanks so much. Coming up next, scientists have found a way to alter DNA so that genetic diseases won't be inherited.
And the Ebola outbreak may have been declared an emergency too late. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.
My daughter with her reading.
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
A new study researching malaria shows that most deaths caused by the deadly disease in children are the result of cerebral swelling.
Now, 15 to 25% of children in Africa who contract this form of malaria die, and survivors can be left blind, deaf, or with learning disabilities.
The disease, which is caused by a parasite in mosquitoes, killed 500,000 people in 2013.
Now, a group of leading biologists are seeking a moratorium on the use of a new genome editing technique that would alter the human DNA in a way that can be identified.
Scientists are afraid that the new technique is so easy and effective that some physicians may push ahead and use the technique before its safety can be assessed.
Now, they also want the public to know the ethical issues with the technique, as it can be used to cure genetic diseases.
According to emails and documents obtained by the Associated Press, the World Health Organization resisted declaring the Ebola outbreak an emergency.
Now, the WHO acknowledges being slow, but it blames its response time on the characteristics of the outbreak, which is being called the worst ever, with more than 10,000 people believed dead.
The WHO finally declared the Ebola outbreak an international health emergency in the beginning of August.
Now, a report on lab safety at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention shows inconsistent and insufficient commitment to safety. The report was put together by an external group of 11 biosafety experts.
Several incidences, including a potential risk of the deadly anthrax virus in the bioterrorism last June, prompted internal investigations that led to the CDC bringing in external experts.
A petition has been started to replace Kanye West at the Glastonbury Music Festival in Somerset, England. The petition urges West to be replaced as the headline artist because they don't like his music.
As of earlier today, the petition was at over 80,000 signatures. Neither Kanye West nor the festival organizers have responded to the petition. Two former neighbors of Justin Bieber are suing the pop star for harassment. According to the neighbors, Bieber and his bodyguards repeatedly harassed them and their family, vandalized their house by throwing eggs at it, spat in their face in at least one incident, and taunted them with anti-Semitic remarks.
Now, Bieber was put on probation and ordered to pay restitution for the egg throwing last year.
Coming up in sports, we'll discuss the state of the Orange men's basketball team and all the madness in March. Unfortunately, we won't be able to participate in. The men's lacrosse team takes on rival number 4 Duke this Sunday in the Dome. What will the Orange have to do to get the win? Stay with us.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
It seems as if the Orange basketball team can't get any more, chances. Yet the Orange basketball team faced another blow Thursday. After the news conference by Coach Boeheim regarding the sanctions by the NCAA, we got yet another surprise. Ron Patterson and B.J. Johnson will transfer from the Syracuse Orange basketball team for the 2015-2016 season. The Post-Standard reported Thursday B.J. Johnson's father confirmed through a text message that Johnson is not sure where he will transfer for the 2015-2016 season. Ron Patterson, a native of Indianapolis, AAU coach, confirmed the guard's decision to transfer to a school closer to home. This opens up 2 scholarships for the Syracuse Orange for the 2015-2016 season. Syracuse University women's basketball hits the floor tonight in the first round of the NCAA women's basketball tournament. Citrus TV's Kevin Ryans gives us a look at SU's mentality going into the game.
Syracuse versus Nebraska, and I look forward to Quentin Hillsman's dress attire.
For the 3rd straight year, the Syracuse women's basketball team will compete for a national title. Tonight, the Orange takes on Nebraska in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and only one thing is on the team's mind: advance.
Yes, it's the goal. I mean, we just got to take one game at a time, just go out there and give our all every single game. So that's what we have to do.
Well, obviously, it's important just to keep winning. And moving forward, we know we have to go and prepare for Nebraska and get that game done. And just try to win as many games you can, and hopefully you're around on that final weekend.
Q's point guard Alexis Peterson says in order for the team to move on in the tourney, it has to remember its prior experiences.
We've obviously learned from our loss to Kentucky and our loss to South Carolina. So I think now we're a more mature team and we're a more cohesive unit. So we definitely look forward to it.
If SU wins tonight, it likely has a date with number 1 South Carolina. And Peterson couldn't be more revved up for the chance to beat them.
We look forward to that round. Definitely we know we have to get through Nebraska first, but South Carolina was a good test for us in the beginning of the season, and we saw that we can compete with them. So we definitely look forward to it if the opportunity presents itself.
Kevin Ryans, Citrus TV.
The infamous Duke rivalry is here. Cuse is set to take on number 4 Duke Sunday in the Carrier Dome. Syracuse is currently ranked number 1 across all polls. The Orange are 6-0 on the season after beating Johns Hopkins Saturday 13-10. The last time these two teams met during the regular season, Syracuse fell to the Blue Devils in Durham 7-21. The Orange would get revenge going to Durham during the ACC semifinal tournament and would beat the Blue Devils 16-15. It's now spring and the men's football team has begun spring practice. AJ Long is expected to redshirt for the 2015-2016 season, as he confirmed to Syracuse.com. Although he is not 100%, Long is the most experienced quarterback behind Terrell Hunt. Also, Rob Trudeau, a redshirt senior center for the Orange, is now out for the rest of the season for a high ankle sprain suffered during practice. Trudeau was the starting left tackle for his last 2 seasons for the Orange. SU's offensive coordinator is now expecting Trudeau to return to not return for the rest of spring practice. The Syracuse Crunch are set to take on Wilkes-Barre Scranton's Penguins Friday at Utica against the Utica Comets Saturday. The Crunch are third in their conference and first in their division, currently with a record of 36-17, averaging 80 points a game. The Crunch are coming off of a loss to the Birmingham Senators 2-4.
Thank you so much, JRB. Now, I want to ask you a little about what the effect is of Bus Patterson and also Patterson leaving the program.
It's definitely a big blow for the Orange. I think with the possible addition of Rochester native Thomas Bryant, they could still get some bench play, some efficient bench play. So I don't think it's a major blow to the Orange. I think it actually helps them because Ron Patterson and B.J. Johnson weren't what they needed this season. So it's definitely something to look forward to if you're an Orange basketball fan.
All right, well, we'll keep following that. Thanks so much. All right, coming up after the break, find out what new fragrance a popular franchise is making that will leave you feeling hungry. Stay with us.
I'm new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
All right, Josh is back with us for the Wake Up Weather. Josh, what are we wearing tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's pretty complicated. In the morning, we could be seeing snow showers. Around 7 a.m., the snow showers are going to start. But as you go further in the day, the temperature's going to warm up, and it's going to change into rain. So snow jacket in the morning, raincoat in the evening. It's confusing.
And how about tonight, those who are going to the Billy Joel concert, should they be bundling up?
Temperatures are going to stick around 30 all evening. So, yeah, wear a coat, but it's not going to be too cold by any means.
All right, Josh, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now, Brian, remember during our freshman year, you lived in BBB, and in the basement, it was a Burger King, right?
Yeah, well, actually, every time I worked out in the small gym that was at the bottom of BBB, I would always get that smell of the Whopper from the restaurant.
Well, now, lucky for you, you can smell like a Whopper. According to ads in Japan, Burger King will now be selling a Whopper-scented fragrance. It will cost $41 and comes with, yes, you guessed it, a free Whopper. No, go ahead.
No, that is really good luck. I've always wanted to smell like a Whopper.
I mean, personally, I like the smell of a Big Mac or McDonald's French fries, but that's just me.
I think the girls will be all over me next time I'm at Chuck's, smelling like a Whopper. And that is all that we have time for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to follow us on Twitter at CitrusTV News. I'm Brian Chung.
And I'm Nick Cardona. Follow us on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.